By General Ramatswele was the first project manager, and General Maqashalala. And General Maqashalala moved to the Western Cape. General Ramatswele retired. General Khumalo was appointed when he got promoted to level 14 general or 2-star general. So he was running a national project. That's why even the budgeting would come from national. That's why even the reporting will include all of us. So in essence, what General Sibiya meant here was that I take over as the project manager. That's the understanding.
So you would take over from General Khumalo?
Yes.
That's what it would mean?
That's what actually he requested.
Okay.
And maybe just over and above what he wrote, it's also what he said, that General Khumalo was in crime intelligence, and therefore the investigations belong to detectives. Sure. Thank you, Chairperson.
And what's the significance of open quote advised, close quote, as opposed to, for example, instructed?
The instruction is already given. So he already instructed, and he gave probably a framework of how this instruction should be executed. Now he says, over and above what you're going to do, you must make sure that chain of custody, documentation related to the dockets, but also court processes don't get interfered with. Thank you.
Thank you.
General, just to take a step back, you were still in January.
Yes.
When you note at paragraph 16 that General Sibiya also followed up after your conversation with General Khumalo about whether or not you're going to get the dockets. Can you explain that interaction?
No, thank you very much, Commissioners. Still in January, and I must say, Commissioners, I don't remember the date. We were in his office. Normally, he would call meetings in the morning, and I think post that meeting, then he asked me if I had engaged with General Khumalo on the handover of the PKTT dockets. My response to him was that much as General Khumalo has spoken to me, I didn't take the matter forward because he at least had something in writing, I didn't. So I couldn't go ahead with the instruction, and therefore if he wanted me to proceed with that instruction, he had to reduce it into writing, or in writing.
And General, just to confirm, at this stage you had not been furnished with the directive that the minister issued in December?
To date, I have actually not laid my hands on that directive.
Can I just go back a bit? So when you first encounter General Khumalo
Yes.
on your return to work in January, was that the first time that you became aware of this decision? Or someone spoke to you, maybe let me be more specific, that someone said anything to you about this decision of the disbandment?
Yeah. You know, I think after the July 6th press briefing by General Mkhwanazi, I realized that actually I've never even seen this writing. Not on social media, I don't think I came across it. Nobody even showed it to me. So when it happened, I think maybe it's because the critical 2 weeks I was not on duty. Maybe if I was, I would have been made aware either by General Sibiya himself, but no copy was ever shared. And it was actually for the first time that I heard from General Khumalo that the team was being disbanded. And again, it didn't provide reasons. Like I said, it was just, so for me, that was just, in jest actually. Yes.
And before, we know the decision was communicated at least on the 31st of December. At any point before this discussion with General Khumalo, so I'm going back even to 2024, had you ever become aware of an intention or a conversation to disband the PKTT?
No.
Yes.
No, Chair.
And if there was such consideration or even discussion, by virtue of your position, and please explain a bit if you're able to, would you have expected to have been part of that conversation?